Now, the other part that's significant about leaky gut is this mucus layer. So as you can see in this diagram, we show most of the bacteria up here, right, in this liquidy, thinner version layer of the mucus layer. This inside part, as you see, there's not a whole lot of bacteria in there. The reason for that is this inner part is far more sterile than the outer part.
Mm.
It's a thicker layer. It acts more like a jello almost, rather than kind of a syrupy layer. And so it acts as a physical barrier to your good normal bacteria from entering too close to the cell line, to this intestinal cell line. Because the thing is, your body freaks out when you've got too many microbes moving into this inside space, because your body thinks you're going to go into a blood infection or sepsis, right? That there's going to be a flood of microbes entering into your system and you're going to get infected in your blood. And so anytime this layer gets compromised, gets eaten away, and you get too many of your own commensal microbes moving into this layer, you're going to start triggering lots of inflammatory response constantly in this region. And that completely compromises nutrient absorption. It damages all of these cells. It prevents this layer from getting repaired efficiently. And it causes immune dysfunction in your body, because everything that enters this area, food particles, environmental particles, and all that, get an immune response, which means that your gut is then training the rest of your immune system anytime it sees those particles to elicit an inflammatory immune response, right? So that compromising is really important. This is kind of what it looks like when everything goes nuts, right? You get an eating
Oh, I
away at
see.
this inner layer. Yeah, you get a translocation of all of those bacteria, viruses, protozoa, all kinds of stuff to the inner part. Because they're now in the inner part, you get recruitment of innate immune cells, which cause an inflammatory response, which eventually just breaks up and kills off these inner lining cells, right? So now this gut is completely leaky, meaning things are just leaking through, entering into circulation all the time. And this is a disease condition. Now, this can occur when you're 14 years old, 15 years old. It can occur in certain sections of the bowel, and you may never notice it. But
Mm.
it continues to progress. Imagine all of these adjacent areas start to look like this, right? Then by the time you're 30, you've got a significant amount of your intestinal length looking like this. Then all of a sudden you start experiencing metabolic issues, allergies, food sensitivities, autoimmune disease, mood disorders, all of these things that are a result of this. So